It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well on Monday and had a great weekend. For some, it is spring break week, so congratulations to you. Hope you can enjoy the time. For others, we'll be working and living our lives.
We have a nice few days in the weather department, so that's enjoyable for spring break, but it was a terrible weekend. As you know, on Friday, those deadly storms moved through the Ozarks, particularly east of Springfield in the West Plains area. We know total 19 tornadoes hit the state, but it appears the strongest was in Bakersfield, which is near West Plains. An EF3 tornado hit there and claimed the lives of 3 people. Convoy of Hope continues to send relief to areas hit hard by the tornadoes and other forms of severe weather. Those storms claimed at least 30 people total across Missouri, Kansas, Arkansas, and Texas. So it was really spread out. Convoy of Hope served more than 10,000 storm survivors on Saturday alone in Missouri, working with first responders and volunteers to distribute 200,000 pounds of resources in 16 communities from West Plains to St. Louis. Convoy is also working to respond to storm damage in the Southeast. The Red Cross opened up shelters for storm survivors in some of those areas. And we know you, Ethan, were in the West Plains area on Saturday as well.
Yeah, I was in West Plains for Convoy of Hope. We were shooting video of the supply. We were at an Endurance Church where the pastors there said you'd spoken there before.
I have been there. Is that
yeah.
Beth Moore and her husband?
I believe so. Yeah. We were there, and it was cool to see such a team of volunteers and first responders showing up to get all of the supplies the convoy had emptied out of 2 semis that landed there to unload supplies. And then they took them into neighborhoods. And we followed one crew into Bakersfield, which was, about 35 minutes away from West Plains or so. And man, it was devastation. Houses destroyed there. We talked with 2 women who lost their homes, everything gone. And the woods near them were just sheared off right in the middle. And it was really strange to see all the trees were sheared off. One tree would be leaning one direction, and the tree literally 5 feet away would be leaning the other direction. Just chaos of the tornado.
Yeah.
So it's a tough situation down there for a lot of folks. But it was neat to see, just like we know the Ozarks does, come together, asking to help. You just had somebody ask last night for my contact information because they wanted to get a group together to go pass out supplies. So
yeah, that was former sheriff, I think there, Robbie Kreitz.
Oh, yeah.
He used to be down there. Yeah, he works now with the baseball program and was going to send some volunteers over potentially. That's Pastor Jerry Heath. I remember them. I said Beth Moore. I meant Beth Heath. Sorry, Beth Moore.
You said Beth Moore.
Heath. Okay. But yes, I remember them well, and that is a great church. And you said you had a lot of volunteers turn out, so that's exciting. Yeah,
it was great.
It's a opportune time for churches and just volunteers alike, baseball players, whoever it may be, to go help people in need. And Convoy graciously provides the supplies to give out.
Well, there's a lot of work to be done, so we always appreciate volunteers helping us out whenever possible. Okay, so that's the storms, the tornadoes, but Convoy of Hope is also over the weekend and since then responding to the wildfires that destroyed neighborhoods in Oklahoma over the weekend. More than 130 wildfires reported in 44 counties across that state, right near us. 170,000 acres burned across the state, destroying about 200 homes at least. And we were watching, I guess it was Friday night, we were seeing some posts from a friend of ours who they were showing Ring doorbell pictures showing across the street fire burning down houses. And then the next morning, Saturday morning, she sent, she posted them and she sent them to you also, but pictures of almost her entire neighborhood burned down except her house.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, I talked to her Friday night. Her name's Stephanie Lombardo. People from here might know her because her husband and her, they worked in this community for a long, long time. But we were praying on Friday night. They were hunkered down at their church, actually. and just praying for her house. And she is the type who now will go pour and pour and pour into her neighbors, and they're going to need it because it is the craziest sight to see all of her neighbors' houses burned down and hers is still standing. It is pretty wild. It reminds me of a tornado, honestly. When a tornado comes through and it's like you said, it's like one is standing and then right next door it's gone. So
it doesn't seem to have rhyme or reason.
Correct. And that is in my alma mater town, Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. They live just right outside the city limit of Stillwater. So
well, the fires went all across the state, so Convoy is sending help there as well. And then we had our own wildfires in our area over the weekend, damaging or destroying about 25 structures in Camden County. High wind and dry conditions were fuel for the fires that charred the Max Creek area between Buffalo and Lake of the Ozarks. At least 500 acres burned by several wildfires in Camden County. Some residents were actually told to evacuate on Friday. So, man, it's all falling apart. As we look around and see the weather and the fires. And then as we go forward this week, heads up, because we are under an increased wildfire threat today and tomorrow. Warm temperatures, again, gusty winds, low relative humidity will keep the fire risk high for us through tomorrow. So avoid burning or anything similar.
Yeah. All right. Now to this, financial problems continue for the owner of Plaza Towers in Springfield, even as he is still in jail. Marco Dennis is in jail on criminal domestic violence charges from an incident that happened in July. OMB Bank has now started foreclosure proceedings against Dennis and his company, Springfield Property, which bought and remodeled the Plaza Towers. He is accused of owing nearly $1 million that companies worked for on that remodel. So he's got some outstanding debt.
Yeah, it's an ongoing deal too. This is all ongoing going forward because it seems like road construction season is upon us. Indeed. We've told you about the Interstate 44 widening project through Springfield. It is underway. It began last week. Now a project from the city of Springfield to resurface about 16 miles of roadway is getting started today. Work on the project will begin. The very first project inside that project will be Grand Street between Scenic and National. So if you're going to be over there, heads up. Resurfacing 16 miles of roads across Springfield will cost about $3.8 million. Meanwhile, work is also starting this week on Highway 60 in Newton and Berry counties. 6 intersections along that stretch will be improved, adding turn lanes, putting in roundabouts in some areas to improve safety and efficiency for drivers. 5 of the 6 intersections are in Newton County, and the other one is in Berry County. Okay. Also underway, a major construction project to bring Jordan Creek back to the surface in downtown Springfield. The official groundbreaking for the project was last week, though work actually began back in December. Phase 1 is 2 city blocks, and it will be uncovered, the creek there, and will include green space along the creek and a walking trail. So it's going to be nice once it's taken care of. Jordan Creek, I didn't realize how far back this went, but Jordan Creek was first put underground in Springfield in the 1930s.
Oh, wow.
So it's been underground for almost 100 years.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that either. Yeah. It'll be fun whenever it gets daylighted. I'm excited for it. The longtime executive director of Least of These Food Pantry is leaving the organization. Christy Carter has been with the Ozark-based nonprofit for 10 years and has been executive director of it since 2020. She is taking another position in the Springfield area, and Least of These is beginning a search for her replacement. Incredible Pizza could be coming to your dinner table at home soon if you order it. The Springfield-based pizza and play place is going to start offering delivery through Grubhub, which I just think is interesting for a place like Incredible Pizza, you know?
Well, I mean,
I've only really ever gone for the attractions, you know? So people
get pizza delivered. They have decent pizza. People get pizza delivered all the time. So it makes sense.
Yeah. In addition to Springfield, Incredible Pizza has 5 other locations in St. Louis, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Memphis, and San Antonio.
But it's true when you think your first thought of incredible pizza is games, not necessarily pizza.
I feel like I've been there a million times, and I guess I've eaten pizza apparently, but I'm there for the games typically. You've seen me eat their pizza before. I believe it.
You said it was good. You commented on it.
I probably did. Yeah. To be honest with you, I like most pizza. I just enjoy pizza.
I love pizza.
Sure do.
I decided. Well, I don't know how much time we got today, but if I only had one type of food to eat the rest of my life, it would be pizza.
I'm aware.
Because have I told you that?
Yeah.
I think about it a lot.
Sometimes Ethan will, he'll be sitting there. He'll be like, if I only had one day left or whatever, like just if I was on an island and I could only have one item, it would be a Wilson volleyball or whatever. Just, I don't know.
Well, you never know when you're going to be in that situation.
You never know when you're going to be a castaway. You never know.
It's like playing baseball. You don't want to think about what you're going to do with the ball if it's hit to you when it's hit to you. You got to be thinking of that ahead of time and know what you're going to do with it if it comes to you.
Also, sorry, side note, this is really random. I don't know what made me think of this, but this weekend, this lady, and I'm not saying that she said, "Thus say the Lord," but like sort of, she said that I need to play for Survivor again.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, yes, she did. She was like, you know what? You need to go on Survivor. I don't know if she listened to the podcast because we talked about it one day. So maybe that planted the seed,
Just send an old video. We shot like 10 of them.
I know. I was just thinking about being like a castaway. That's what made me think of that. But anyway. Okay. So now to this, our final story. Do you have the best pet in Springfield? Well, do you?
I doubt it.
That is awful.
Well, we have 2 nice dogs. They're fine dogs, but I don't think they're the best in Springfield. If I'm being honest.
You guys.
If I'm being honest.
No.
And
you can enter if you think you have the best pet. Apparently Ethan shouldn't enter because if you don't believe in your dog, nobody else is going to.
That's true.
Springfield's top pet contest is about to be underway. If you enter, you will be helping the Community Partnership of the Ozarks. The top 12 winners will be featured in a 2026 calendar. There will be prizes for most funds raised. That's the grand prize winner. And again, this is all to help CPO. First place in the dog category, first place in the cat category, first place in the unique pet category, which would be anything other than a cat or dog. And then the People's Choice Award, which is the most overall votes.
Okay.
You get $25. That's the cost to enter your pet. You can do that from now through the end of the month. So just the rest of March, get that entered. And you can find all the information at Community Partnership's website on how to take part.
Yeah, I like that contest. And I love the calendar idea. To have the 12 best animals who won the contest on a calendar. Yeah. I think that's great.
I think it's great too. It's fun and funny. And whoever is their marketing person needs a raise. I like it.
I have a question for people, and maybe you can give me the answer in Facebook as to whether you do or don't. Do people still use calendars? Not the little day planner calendars, but the calendars that go on the wall and you flip it for the month and it's a picture of a dog or what, if it's Ireland, it's a different scene or whatever that is that you have an interest in. Cardinals. Do people still use wall calendars these days? Because I was told just a couple of weeks ago by somebody who knows the business of it and the marketing aspect of it that people do. And I was a little bit surprised by that because we don't.
I use the day planner, as you know, right. But I do see those still on people's desks.
No,
so there's still big calendars on people's desks.
I'm talking about the big ones that go on the wall.
Oh yeah, like the wall of people's homes.
Really, it's art of
right.
It's something that they like to look at, and every month it's a different picture.
Yeah.
So the big wall calendars, I don't know if people use those. So let us know if you are a wall calendar person or not. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Probably won't be scientific.
Our anecdotal poll.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. It's fun.
12 people.
All right. I think that's it. That's all.
All
That's
right.
all we got, right?
Everybody, thanks for being with us on a Monday, and hope your week turns out swell.
Yes, me too. Happy spring break to those of you who are on it.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Yep.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Monday. It's March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We've got a bit of luck today because the weather is looking much better than it was over the weekend. Friday and Saturday, violent severe weather across the country, here in the Ozarks as well. And I know many folks out there are going to be using this week to begin the cleanup. There are several folks that are displaced. We had that tornado in Rolla on Friday evening. We also had the, of course, EF3 tornado in Bakersfield, deaths in the Ozarks, as well as across the country. I'm hearing total 35 deaths reported from severe weather across the country this weekend. So horrible, horrible numbers and a terrible weather weekend for much of the country, not only with severe weather, but also with those terrible fires reported on Friday evening and Saturday in Oklahoma. We have fire danger again here in the Ozarks, but overall, our weather pattern looks much, much better this week. We are not talking severe weather in the Ozarks this week, so we are thankful for that. We do have a red flag warning out today, and the fire danger remains very high. So folks that do have damage from the storms over the weekend, if you're planning to use the next couple of days of nice weather, just know that fire conditions are high. So no burning. I know we're going to be having to use the chainsaws quite a bit in places that got a lot of that storm damage with downed limbs and multiple things that may need to be chopped up. Don't burn it today. We're going to have to wait for another day because today the fire danger remains very high in the Ozarks with a high fire watch as well as a red flag warning. We continue to see dry conditions, though, today. So that is the nice news. And temperatures this morning are chilly. We are starting out in the mid-30s, but above freezing. And by this afternoon, the numbers will feel very nice. We'll be in the mid-70s. We'll have the sunshine. Really, the only kicker in the forecast is that we have low relative humidity and the breezy conditions. So it will lead to high fire danger in the Ozarks. Maximum wind gusts near 40 miles an hour. We've got that relative humidity down 15 to 25%. So a bad combination for wildfires to take off and spread very quickly. They spread rapidly in these types of conditions, and controlling that burn will be extremely difficult. So outside burning, strongly, strongly discouraged. Just don't do it today, and avoid any activities that could cause an open flame, like discarding a cigarette in the wrong spot, checking trailers for dragging chains that could cause a spark, light off a field, and then that spread takes over very quickly. Let's give our firefighters a rest. We will have sunny conditions today, though, and that will be a nice welcome change. We had some cloud cover over the weekend, some cool conditions, and yes, even the reports of snowflakes yesterday morning. I have more snow in the forecast this week, believe it or not. Not a big impact accumulation here, but enough and to see some snowflakes in the forecast again as we head into Wednesday night. I have today, tomorrow, and really Wednesday being very breezy conditions in the Ozarks. There's another powerful low pressure system that's going to be marching across the country, bringing us a drop in temperatures for the second half of the work week, as well as that chance for a rain-snow combination. Really any time from Tuesday night to Wednesday night, I think we could see some rain, but the best chance is going to be Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. A chance for that rain-snow mix is out there, but it's a very kind of low impact event here. Temperatures have been so warm recently, and even on Thursday itself, it'll be a cooler day, but highs will still make it to the 50s. So any little dusting that happens across the Ozarks is quickly going to be melted away. I'm expecting no impact on the area roadways. Cooler conditions then on Wednesday through Friday. Today, though, one of the nice ones. I've got a high temperature of 74 degrees here in Springfield. We will see highs in the upper 70s tomorrow, but we hold the breezy conditions, so fire weather will likely still be high tomorrow. We've then got cooler conditions moving in on Wednesday. That's when I really think you see the clouds start to move in. And then that big drop in temperatures below freezing Wednesday night. Thursday, we see our highs fall into the 50s. So it will be a change in the forecast there. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with late last week, well, it was this. How many states does the Appalachian Trail cross? The options that I gave you were A, 3, B, 7, C, 11, or D, 14. Seems like a lot, but the answer is D, 14 states. It is a long one. It spans all the way from Springer Mountain in Georgia all the way to the state of Maine. So this includes Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Pretty unbelievable. So I know a lot of people, that's a big destination for them. And it's a protected area. So very cool. Congrats if D14 was your guess. That is the correct number of states that the Appalachian Trail crosses through. All right, here's the quiz question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Dust storms in the United States occur most frequently in which season? Do you think A, the spring, B, the summer, C, the fall, or D, in the winter? I'll have that answer for you early tomorrow morning on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Thank you so much for starting off the new week with me here. I appreciate you listening. Enjoy today. Just know that high fire danger is out there again. Thank you to our sponsors, John's Heating and Air, Command Family Medicine, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. We'll chat again early tomorrow.